Over the years, I've gotten a lot of objects that you can see on my shelves, and there's memories of working in the parks and doing the channel attached to a lot of these. And oh, the stories I could tell. In fact, I think I'll tell a couple. Most of the things on my shelves, both here and as well as my home set, a lot of them have memories attached to them, stories attached to them, and many of them aren't even originally from me. I've been sent a lot of them from viewers. But there's so much involved and wrapped up in this that I thought I would take a little time, share a couple things from my shelves and the stories behind them of working at the parks as well as doing the channel. One of the very first ones is actually from my time working at the parks. My second year there, kind of really the end of my first, Disney World started a promotion called the Year of a Million Dreams. And it actually ended up lasting 2 years. But one of the things that they did was they would have what they called the Dream Squad. And it was a group of cast members that had been pulled from different departments. And they basically went around and they kind of played guest relations in the parks. But at various random times and random locations, they would also get the opportunity to give out prizes. And it could be a fast pass. It could be special Mickey ears. I never did get the Mickey ears. It could even be up to a night staying in the Cinderella suite, which was actually designed just for that. Well, one of the things that they gave out was the Year of a Million Dreams pins. And you can oftentimes find these individually on the internet fairly inexpensive, because there were a lot of them. Good luck finding the lanyards, that's a little tougher. I actually have both sets. There were 2 different sets given out, and I managed to get both of them. Just on my time in the park playing, I got them. So no, I didn't cheat my way into them, and I didn't have a Dream Squad cast member give it to me when they shouldn't. But when I was in the park with my kids and my wife playing as a guest, we happened to get randomly chosen. Just a neat little deal. I love the sets of pins and the lanyards, and yeah, a couple of my prize things, as well as remembering that year when the whole focus on the cast members was make dreams come true with the guests. And that was really cool. Another one from working in the parks was the Tinkerbell pins. And I absolutely love these because these were another incentive as a cast member to go and make magic for somebody else. And this was a really cool way to do it. They were a little harder to get sometimes because they weren't always available. But if you look at my shelves at home, I've actually got 3 different sets of these. And honestly, it wasn't a meant thing to bring them home, but you keep them in your pocket ready for the guests, and you hadn't given them out at the end of the day, and you bring them home. It's like, oh, whoops. But the point is there's 2 pins there, and the idea was for you to give this package to a guest that you had seen doing something magical and wonderful for somebody else. And it was a way to say thank you for making the magic, and then also to take the second pin and you're supposed to pass it on to somebody else. It kind of a pay it forward, hey, I'm going to bless you with something else, keep giving it on, make it special. It was something that as cast members we were supposed to do anyways, but to help encourage the guests to do it made it even more fun. So, I love the whole idea behind these pins. While I got this after my time at work, really it's a memento of working, is these special custom-made pins. And I've got a couple of them here. There's another one there for the citizens of Hollywood. When I was working at Hollywood Studios, they were one of the most amazing parts of working because they would bring the streets of Hollywood alive. They were just character actors who came out and they would have arranged skits, but they would do a lot of impromptu. The one in particular I'm holding is Paige Turner. I doubt Paige would remember me at all, but she was just amazing when I was on the street as a photographer. When I first got over to studios, I had only been with the company a few months. I was still a relatively new photographer. It was a whole new world. I didn't know anybody at studios at the time. And as I was out on Hollywood Boulevard, Paige actually was the one that kind of made me feel welcome to the park. She would walk by and, hey, how you doing? And say hi to me and greet me. She would pose people for me sometimes. While the union contract didn't allow her to be in my picture, so I couldn't shoot photos of her, she would constantly do things to make guests laugh and smile while they were posing for me. And then she was just hysterically funny. One moment I remember, though, with her, it scared me a little bit, was she was doing something with a rope on the street and started to jump rope and missed and actually caught the rope under her foot and fell. And I was kind of like, ugh. Scared me, thought she was going to get hurt. She ended up being okay as far as I could tell, but Yeah, Paige was a really neat moment down there, and hate to see that the citizens of Hollywood are gone, but just some amazing memories with them. So yeah, my Page Turner pin is special to me. Not official Disney, but definitely a special pin. My lanyards are also something that are special to me. In particular, this one. This Simba lanyard was actually the very first lanyard I ever got when working at Disney. In Traditions, the orientation class, one of the things that they do is they constantly ask questions, and if you answer these questions right, most of them trivia questions, they give you a little prize. And I actually came home with a little Simba figurine. Gave it to my kids, and who knows what happened. It's kind of gone. But it was about yay high, just kind of a neat deal. And so when I first started, my character, and you'll find a lot of cast members have their character that they kind of associate with them. I started off with Simba as my character, because I got that. One of the things you have to do as a cast member is you have to have a lanyard, because when you're in backstage and you're not in costume for various reasons, you've got to be holding onto your ID where people can see it. And the easiest way to do it is to buy one of these little plastic cases with a clip on it, and you clip it onto a lanyard, and you just wear it around your neck. Keep it in your pocket the rest of the time, and then when you need to put it on, you just throw it on real quick. So my very first lanyard that I bought to wear backstage was Simba. That's where that came from. I've still got it lots of years later. Eventually, I did replace Simba because I started to move on a little bit, and I saw this particular lanyard with the Mickey Pirate and just like, oh, that's so cool. And so immediately bought that, especially since I love talking pirate with the kids. Arr, matey, you've walked into the Magic Kingdom. Are you ready to find your booty out here? It's right behind you, bud. No, don't try to find it. And I'd have a blast teasing kids, in particular, talking pirate. I bought that lanyard then, and this is the one I started to use all the time. It actually ended up coming in really handy here in town because the local school is the Pirates. And when I was substitute teaching, again, I would wear the lanyard with my substitute ID, as well as a whistle. And so I just adopted my old work lanyard for work again at the school. And nice whistle for when they were on the playground. Yes, I love my lanyards and treasure the other ones I've gotten. Like the Figment lanyard that I have at home and the Star Wars lanyard. Here's one that I really like from Silver Dollar City. I was working the very first year that they opened up Outlaw Run. They had cast previews for it. We got to ride it before everybody else did. Right after the media, in fact. But one of the things that we got was actually a button to wear on our costumes for the opening of Outlaw Run. Good guys always win. It's such an awesome coaster. Just kind of a neat little addition from my costume that I got to keep. And Outlaw Run was such a cool thing. And to ride that train every day and watch them build it from the ground up as I worked there that first year, and then get to watch it going the second year. It was an amazing deal. I wish I'd been able to get more pictures of them building it. One of the other things I love on my shelf here is I got a spot to keep my old name tags, and this one in particular is a little special. You'll recognize the name on there. It's a little bit more than just the name. This was my very first theme park job, and I actually have my original name tag hiding right there with my real name on it. But on Rhino Rally, we got to start playing around a little bit and start using nicknames. And they asked me what nickname I like. Well, of course, I'm going to pull up my old one for my high school students that dubbed me. And so that is my first official park name tag with the SirWillow name on it. But yeah, I've got the SirWillow name tag on an actual theme park official name tag that I got to wear at work and go by that nickname while I was working. So just kind of a fun little deal, and one that I get to keep with me and carry on. And that's actually got a lot of neat memories, a lot of sentimentality to it. As the channel began to grow, as I began to tell stories, I remember talking to one fan one time who said, "Hey, is it okay if I send you something?" At that point, I had not received any mail at all, hadn't even thought about it. And this gentleman up in Canada named Richard sends me this box, crazy box. And if you look way back in my videos, it wasn't even live. I recorded it because I had no idea what to do with this. And he sends me all sorts of stuff. You know, beaver from Canada. I've actually got a mug and a little moose and a couple other things he sent me. Maple syrup, Canadian cookies, coffee, tea. We had all sorts of stuff. And it blew me away that anybody would want to send me mail, let alone really cool stuff. Well, Richard Meredith, who's still one of my patrons, kicked off something that I never would have imagined. And I can't tell you how grateful I am, how blown away and humbled I am by it still. I treasure the things he kept. And some people may look, but it's not much. Oh my goodness, it means so much to me. Especially at times that I struggle, and I'll admit, especially right now, there's a lot of us that are kind of struggling with, man, everything going on, and depression can kick in pretty easy. And what Richard started for me has been a godsend. It really has. Because from Richard began to come other stuff. One of the things I got right after this was I had several people in the Netherlands contact me doing a college project. Could I help them? Because they wanted to know stuff from theme parks. And then they sent me this unexpected box with gifts. If you don't know, my grandmother's family is originally from the Netherlands. So there's a family tie there. And they sent me as a thank you these wonderful little models, ceramic models of the wooden shoes that they wear. But they also sent chocolates and a little snow globe and a number of other things. And really just unexpected and special gifts, but also with a very special tie to my family. My great-grandfather back, I can trace them all the way back to the 1600s, are all from the Netherlands. And so to have an actual piece from the Netherlands, I'm determined someday I'm going to get to go and see the old family grounds, but that one really meant a lot to me, and I treasure it. It's also why it's on the shelves. I don't know why I have a Dale button hiding in it, but, hey, you never know what you find. But things begin to grow, and I begin to get a lot of mail, and I mean a lot of mail. I still go back and read it a bunch, but one of the things that came a couple years ago from a young man were these. And I've got all sorts of these little Lego figurines. You can see several more that are kind of hiding down here, and I've got a few more on my shelf at home as well. And this really, it meant a lot to me. My son loved Legos as a kid. Absolutely loved his Legos and his people. I've got a nephew that's obsessed with Legos right now. And so I have an idea of how much these kinds of things mean. And for him to want to send them to me, to spend time to take something he loved that he hoped I would love, and I do, and to send them to me, just wow. And it's hard for me to explain how much this stuff really means. I know a lot of you have sent mail over the years. One of the very first things I received was this rosary, handmade by a viewer. Yes, it's right here on the shelf where I can keep it. I don't pray the rosary, but I treasure the rosary that was sent to me. And done with Mickey Mouse colors, too. Custom for me. Special. And all the mail that I get. The Legos, I'm pretty sure, were sent to me by a young man named Aaron. Got the letter. I've got artwork that was sent to me. And not just from him. I've got letters here from Esteban and Tiffany. Artwork that they send. I mean, and yes, I keep all of this. I don't throw any of it away. So if you send me stuff, I still have your letters that you send. It's all here, and how much it means to me. Because it does. I was sitting here before I recorded this and just started reading some of this, and then tried not to cry because it's really inspiring. It really, at a time when we're struggling, and I have to be honest with you, this holiday season I've been struggling a lot. Just because of various things, and the number of people I know that are sick, and the number of people I've lost, and people that are struggling with this and with their jobs and everything else. This has helped keep me going. This has helped inspire me. My viewers, my fans, you blow me away. You sent me things from your heart, things that represent you. The Robin Hood pin. I've got things from England. I've got things from France, from Israel, that have all been given by viewers. And thank you. Okay, I'm going to sit here and cry on camera. But the most amazing thing about all this has been you. It's been you. And some of you try to say it's about me, but it's not. It's about us coming together. And if I've been able to have a role in touching you, inspiring you, make you laugh, make you grin, make you just nod your head and go, yeah, I get it. Thank you for these things. Yes, there's memories. But sending parts of your heart to encourage. And I encourage you this holiday season. Not just for me. Look around you. There's other people who need that gift of encouragement as well. A Christmas card. I've got all sorts of Christmas cards from you here. I literally have 5 files full of letters and cards and stuff. Look around you and see who might need a word of encouragement. And just a simple card can make the world a difference for them. That's my wish for you this holiday season. Spread the encouragement. You have for me, do it for others. So, I'd love to hear your comments, your feedback in the description below. Thank you to my patrons, my YouTube members. They do this all the time for me, and it blows me away. I'm grateful. So thank you to my financial supporters, and to you for watching and being a part of this. Y'all mean the world to me. Yes, I've kept all sorts of the viewer mail here. And you can see the letters I just showed you. There's Christmas cards here. And these are from a couple years ago. And you may, if you've sent me things, you may see something that you recognize. Letters there. Not just from Barry and Craig, from the Mardens. Such a neat thing to be able to meet the Mardens at Silver Dollar City the year after that. Adam and Alice Wood, who sent me several things. All sorts of cards and letters. But it's not just here. These are from 2017. But what you may notice is there's more there. And then there's more here. And more there. And like I said, I've got 5 folders filled with these things, and they mean so much to me. They're such an encouragement. They really are. Okay. That is too high. And recenter. Okay, still in focus. Walt Disney started a production. Yeah, no. But it's at Silver Dollar City. No, this is Busch. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to know about contact information, fan pages, merchandise, and more, please be sure to check the description below. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to know when I have new ones, well, make sure you hit that subscribe button right up there. And if you want to see another one of my videos, well, I've got a great one for you right here. And a huge thank you to these wonderful people here who support me on Patreon and with YouTube memberships. They get behind the scenes information, special perks, and more. If you'd like to know more about that, well, make sure you check that button right there. Thank you so much.